It's been a wild week, hasn't it been? This is a very, very potent time period of recalibration, synchronicity, and timing. In life, timing is very potent. You know, I discuss this, when I discuss about wellness, the time periods that you eat, the time periods that you do activity. Well, the time periods of massive solar flares and the way that they come together, it's really like, it's not just like the biggest or the most powerful, but it's like certain keys that need to unlock. And what is happening right now, for those that are able to focus their attention through this very powerful lesson today, it is a key that's unlocking the door. Is it a key that is unlocking your dormant DNA? Okay, and as we go through today's lesson, I know a lot of people are feeling this. Yesterday, when I was out, we are back inside the warm, cushy YouTube studios of Our Everyday Lives. I appreciate everyone that's here. Anyone that's new today, I spent the time outside. It's very abnormally cold where I am. Today, I felt like it was time to come back into the studios, and I left a very powerful message. And if you're on this message today, were you feeling the stillness? And as I shared, animals are able to pick up on vibration and frequency. We are animals. And you could see this. You could see this when birds, evacuate an area before the hurricane came. All right, or animals leave an area before an earthquake. So there's a lot of people that are feeling this in, ready? Their nervous system. So I know there's a lot of people that are going to be coming on to this podcast today because of the topic. So we are getting a double blast X 1.9 class solar flare and M 8.53. I'm going to be discussing the solar flares that are affecting us, the nervous system reboot, clearing distortion and false timelines, your intuition. I've been sharing about intuition, and last year, that 9 year, and it was 999, it's over, kid. You went through a very tough year. All right, I'm probably speaking about brand new people that are coming on. Say, wow, I went through this last year. It was a fine tuning of your intuition. Your intuition has to be on fleek. Okay, it has to be very sharp at this time. And you had an intuition that you were kind of flung on a false timeline, like you were in limbo or like purgatory, or there was people that were, you might have felt like you were in a holding pattern in your life, and there was nothing that was happening. And as I shared yesterday, out in the freezing cold, when nothing is happening, everything is happening. Because in order for you to have this new reality that we're all going to be experiencing, all right, the connection of ancient souls, if you will, okay, soulmates, divine counterparts, all these things, something has to happen. It's a nervous system reboot. And you might be, again, there's different people that are on a different stage of their ascension journey. You might be questioning your identity. All right, you might wake up after these massive energies, curled up into fetal position, and you're questioning your identity. Okay, and you're having a revelation. Okay, that this, why am I actually living this life? This is not, the outer world is not a representation of the inner world of the I am presence. So this is very powerful today. Got a lot to unpack. Very grateful if you could click the like button. We are live. If you hear me on the podcast, on YouTube Music, how you doing? And maybe you could check out the YouTube app when you get back later in the day. I have thousands of videos waiting for you to help you become the greatest version of yourself. So we had X 1.9 class solar flare from spot AR 4341, and then followed with M8.53 class solar flare from AR4345. And prior to this event, we also had an M-class flare from AR4341. This has been an onslaught of energy. Those that have been tuning in to our daily videos, we have been discussing this. You've been feeling this on the inside, all right? And strong flares from multiple regions. And again, there's going to be all different types of people that are tuned into this. You must approach this, or you have to have an understanding, an understanding that the sun is affecting human consciousness and brain waves. Solar flares from multiple regions in a short window of time represent adjustment and recalibration. Recalibration of your nervous system, recalibration of the subconscious programs that were running in the background. That's why your reality. I'm sure there's people that are tuned into this podcast today and you're saying to yourself, hey, you know what, Uncle Mike? I've been running a loop in my life. It's the same thing. It's the same energy. It's the same situation. The people could change. It's the same situation. The job, I could go to a different job, different workplace. It's the same thing, keeps popping up. So what needs to happen, and a lot of people, this is happening for the collective over the course of history. People have ascended before. All right, Dolores Cannon spoke about this. So we're doing this as a collective. And, when you see the correlation of the solar flares or solar flashes and how it's affecting the nervous system, you can never experience a new life, like true abundance, if your nervous system is wired to fight or flight. So there's a nervous system reboot that is happening. And these flares or solar flashes that are coming in, it is clearing distortion in your body. You might be tuned into two different frequencies. And that's why you're not progressing forward. False timelines, the reality that you've been experiencing, it's a false timeline. It's not actually you. That world has to come to an end. We put an end to it out on the beach, right? Did you watch my video? None of this is real? It's not. You were broadcasting this signal for a while. And, I've been sharing for years. Start today, it's on a delay. A lot of what you're experiencing, and that's why we had to go through a very tough year last year, because the old identity, the old self, had to die off. And that frequency resides in the subconscious, and it's just part of nature. It is going to try to hold on for dear life. You're going to see things pop up on your journey. It's not even going to make any sense. It's trying to get you to go back to that old frequency. There's two realities, there's two frequencies. There's a massive battle that's going on. So it's getting blasted away with the solar flares. You could put the blasts in the chat if you're feeling it. There is an overflow of ideas at this time. I am going through this. I actually have to, write a lot of things down. Okay, I know when it's, time to post extra things and you, so again, go back to consciousness. Okay, when the solar flares happen, you will see how it affects what is actually on the inside. It brings forth what's actually on the inside of the body. So these ideas that are coming through, there's a reason for those ideas. This is what we're birthing right now. So when we go through massive event like this, so you have back-to-back, same time frame, X 1.9, M 8.5, which is it's almost like getting double X class solar flares. Okay, so for M 9.9999, it's still, and then it gets to that level. So again, energy is the ability to cause change. They're both very powerful. Okay, and it is creating a field correction. You have an energetic field. It actually goes outside of your physical body. You could walk into a room. All right. I try to give everyday life examples for people that maybe might be new to this ascension journey and these energetic changes that are occurring. You could walk into a room and you might actually influence the energy of the room, or a person could walk into the room and actually pick up the room, or a lot of people might be like a negative Nancy kind of experience. Have you ever experienced this in your life? Or the room itself. The room itself, the area itself, it could be you say, oh, I got to get out of here. I feel the negativity, or I feel the positivity. My nervous system feels calm. The most important thing that you have to realize right now is your nervous system and feeling calm. So, and you might be well versed on these solar flares. When you're getting hit like this, sometimes you don't feel calm. So you could have these changes, and even if you wake up in the middle of the night, there's an inner calmness right now, okay? If you are feeling this, listen to the words. Do you feel, even though it's all this, energy, popping off, but there's an inner calmness where in the past, maybe you would start freaking out. Maybe I got to go change something. I told you what to do the other day. Right? Someone in the class is going to write it in the comments. What are you supposed to do right now? What are you supposed to do, class? All right. There is this inner calmness, and you're not really bouncing around. You're not really getting bent out of shape, if you will. Okay, this is like the calm before the storm. Lacey writes, "Don't F it up." Yeah. Please watch my video from the other day. A lot of people loved it. So there's an inner calm. What are some of the ascension symptoms, experiences that people might be having? So even through all of this, there is an inner calm. Okay, and that's actually something that is it's very apparent. And I know myself. I know when I go through these things, and you could be nervous for no reason, so on and so forth. Eyesight is off. Maybe you're experiencing blurry vision. For me, it's. I mean, again, I could actually pick up on it in general, but it comes more when you look at the devices. I actually have blue blocker glasses. If you do a lot of work on the devices with the screens, you might want to look into the blue blocker glasses as well. I know a woman very sensitive to the screens. She has very strong blue. She can't even look at the screens at all. There's a lot of changes that are going on up here. Remember that there are different frequencies, there are different lights and sounds, and some of them pick us up. Like being out in the organic sunlight. Okay. I appreciate that comment. That the comments are going by very quickly. Yeah, the algorithms are crazy. Please put a like on this video if you just are seeing me right now. I am so grateful for you being here. I appreciate the community support doing that. All right. So what we're getting, and again, this is not a scary thing. People hear these words. So this is representing collapse of the old. And then after the collapse of the old, there is reorganization. There's reorganization. Your nervous system has to be reset. There's reorganization of the body. There's reorganization of the grid in the world. All right. So one of the things, grounding, all of these things are the same. Okay, as I've shared, we can influence the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance can influence us. Okay, we can be influenced by the solar flashes. The solar flash is an inside job, as above, so below. But there is a correlation here. So when you're grounding, and I've shared this many times, one of the most important things to do during this time period is grounding out in nature, walking barefoot on the earth. All right, not only is it healing you, you're actually restructuring the grid. So for people, this has been shown, got to listen real carefully. You got to get out of the cubicle. You got to get off the, watching, mainstream media all day long. Get out in nature, hear the birds chirping, okay? People that are out in nature have very strong emotional resistance. If the people are hearing this, you go out in nature, you actually show emotional resistance. You don't want your emotions going all over the place because that nervous system must be calm. We're going to keep going back to that in the lesson. The nervous system must be calm. So if you're out in nature, you have emotional resistance. Okay, when you are in complex or harmonious patterns, right? The organic patterns of the world, it's actually helping your nervous system stabilize. And people across the world, it has been the way of the world, but in a post-2020 world, a lot of people were hit with anxiety, which is going to hit your solar plexus. Solar plexus, think about the sun, the solar plexus, right? Anxieties. So it is imperative to eat the foods that resonate with you. And again, this time period is very high. I talked to a couple of my gym buddies, and, I know that I could, quote unquote, be more shredded if I didn't eat carbs. But during this time, for me right now, I eat sourdough bread, but white potatoes actually ground me, if you think about how it comes from the earth. And again, I'm just sharing from my journey. So you want to do the things, the top of the top, this is what you have to listen to. The most important thing is you have to do things that are going to be on point with keeping your nervous system calm. You need to be as cool as the other side of the pillow, yeah? And that is the key. Because your nervous system is going to manifest. Your nervous system is going to manifest what you're going to experience going into the future. And if your nervous system is wired to fight or flight, you might get Band-Aids there. I talk about the Band-Aids. Sometimes you get Band-Aids, okay? There's a Holmes 180. I appreciate that. We have the good advice on this channel, all right? You have to really... if you want permanent change, I said God wants to give us permanent change. Okay, so what do I have to do? That we have a role as well. This changes, the solar flash. God is not a genie in a bottle. There's actual work that you have to do. And as I shared, I have a very great Facebook community. The link is in the description. Connect on Facebook. I post throughout the day. And I talked about this meme. And, you can see the sun in the background, a little swirly energy. And there's the person, sitting there and how it's affecting the consciousness and so on and so forth. But then there's that auric field, and that field is representing your nervous system. So people are always asking me, okay, but why is this person numb to this? Or why am I numb to that? Or why is my life, it's not really moving forward? You could be numb to things if that nervous system is thrown off. Okay, it's really important this year in 2026. You could click subscribe. You could do that right now. You get a daily video, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Last night on this channel, in the posts tab, I shared a video for those that want to take 2026 very seriously. So those that are able to hear this message, you know the importance of this year. This is the 1 year. So if you finally say, I finally, because you have to do it. I can't do it for you. Other people can't do it for you. It's always an inside job. You could watch that video if you want to take 2026 very seriously. Your top priorities are getting that nervous system calm and changing your ways and actually doing things and making a free will choice. It's in the past couple months, it's the top video on this channel. Will you choose fear or unconditional love? In every choice that you make, you're going to say, am I making this choice out of fear or unconditional love? Every choice. That's the answer 100% of the time. And then you're going to be on your way this year. James, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. Now it went away. Financials unstable, but holding the line right now. I appreciate that, James. Absolutely. So as we've been sharing, remember that energy and especially when it comes to currency and it's a form of energy, you are going to, and I know there's going to be people say, this guy's out of his mind. Okay, you are going to, in this year of abundance, in this year, this is a last-ditch effort. Please hear the words that I'm saying. I know some people are going to say this is weird or whatever. You are going to see the exact opposite. The exact opposite. All of a sudden, you don't have money. All of a sudden, where did it go? Everything went quiet. You wanted love. All of a sudden, things disappeared. All right? Everything, you're going to see the exact opposite. I know this is the answer. This is the answer. So please, at this time, if I could give one person, because again, it's trying to, this is the previous version of yourself. It is trying to recalibrate your nervous system back into the fight or flight. This channel, this information is going to help millions of lives. If anyone clicks subscribe and like, get it out to the people, because everyone's going to feel this right now. And those that could hear this message and understand it, even though it might sound weird to certain people, the previous version of yourself is going to this frequency. It is trying to get your nervous system back into fight or flight. Your goal is to stay calm and get that nervous system to be held for a sustained period of time, and not for a moment, not for a quick fix. When you are holding it for a sustained period of time, let the flares come in, let the recalibration come in, and then you're there. Book it. Book it. It's the answer. Jill Warsaw, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. Thank you, Jill. Yesterday's show was so fire. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jill. Anyone that did not watch yesterday's fire episode, check it out. It's on the channel page. We got to reshare that one, I guess, Jill. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, we have a lot of fire episodes here. It's the Our Everyday Lives podcast. I am your host, Michael. It's good to see you. People write, I love your enthusiasm. Sometimes I have to bring myself down. I get so much, because, and again, this is how we're supposed to be wired. I remember when I started this journey, how I felt such a great difference in my frequency with the 528 hertz frequency, the miracle tone. And I said, I got to tell the world. And I was so motivated. And this is how God moves you. And this is how we're moving into the future. Instead of gatekeeping certain things, right? And I've seen this. I've been sitting back. I've been having my cup of, let's grab yourself a cup of coffee. Let's have a good time on the podcast. This is a time period where the truth comes up. Where positivity, where there's positive feedback loops, where people are reconnected to source or reconnected to God. This is how, again, you will go through things. And I'm reading the chat right now. It is a day, and I always refer to this because it resonated, it rang like a bell years ago when you learned about Dr. Martin Luther King in school. That's today. And the words it'll never change. It will never, it's always going to be your content of character. In the past, I saw other scientists and science teachers that, you could study certain things. I went to the fancy schools too and all that other stuff. But when your ego gets involved because you're presented with truthful information and you were programmed, that's why I talk about the subconscious programs. There are people, that's why all I do is keep showing up. There are people that come into the chat, they write a comment, oh, this is nonsense. Oh, this is nonsense. They're still in their mother's basement. This is nonsense. But when you're presented with new information, if you're getting triggered, it's always going to be content of character. It's always going to be. It's always going to be, because if I could sit here and say, oh, you know what? I'm open-minded. And that's what I've done over the course of time. And I didn't judge people. I didn't judge their backgrounds. I didn't judge their color, class, or creed. It doesn't matter where I go or what gym I'm a part of. Maybe you're getting this. I keep telling people, join a gym. It's a microcosm of the world. Be motivated. Okay, a lot of people, you got to realize this. You want to be successful in life. This vessel has to be running like a well-oiled machine. And I've seen this, in the internet. This ain't my first rodeo. If a person was hiring me to be their coach or a trainer in the gym, I'm telling you what to do. All right, I'm trying to help you out, do this activity, so on and so forth. But on the internet, it's like there's a weird thing that's going on in the modern society. And remember, I didn't put my video this happens more on Facebook, all right, because the attention span is a little bit shorter there. It's just little posts. So you usually get more trolling on Facebook than you do on YouTube, right? You have to realize we're here to do better. And you should see, it's a viral post I did on why I use the wired headphones. If you get angry, if you get triggered, I always refer to this. It was at the end of the year, and we were at like an outdoor place. Everyone was hanging out, and I said, "Isn't it terrible?" I said, "Isn't it terrible? Look at these chemtrails. Look at these lines in the sky. Look, pollution. Isn't that terrible?" And a guy laughed at me. That's not real. So I said, right there. I mean, shouldn't we have a clean planet? I don't know. Maybe I thought we should have a clean. I don't know. Okay. So this is where we have to. This energy it's going to blast you in the ego. It's going to blast you in the ego. Because this is the truth. Okay, so becoming conscious and aware of certain things, we all have a free will decision. So you can, when we go back to content of character, all right, are we going to be in an ego? Like I could take out the mirror. I've been sharing this for a while, okay? And again, like we have a friend. I have very powerful men. I'm so grateful that I have friends like other men that are aspiring to do better and constantly growing over the past few years. Listen, everyone's got to listen to this. We have a friend. He don't want to hear nothing. He's in the same situationship, the same situation, still in this. Everything's the same since 2020. A lot of complaining, and that we don't stay the same at this point. Please hear this. We're actually going down. We're going down. You have to keep rising up. You have to keep going. Okay. My sister made this shirt here. Her Etsy store in the description. You like this, okay? You like this tremendous mug? You got to realize you're worthy. This is a frequency. That's why I swing a big hammer. You got to be worthy. This is what the energy is hitting us. It's got to make us remember. You got to remember at this time. You got to say, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. Everyone's writing in a comment. If you're feeling the energy right now, you're going to click the like button. We're going to share this out. We're going to send it out to the people because that's the Holy Spirit fire. It's blazing, light warriors. Okay, the solar flash it's not a spiritual wackadoo thing. This is a change. This is your nervous system. The second your nervous system I feel safe. I feel strong. A lot of people don't feel empowered. You can't get triggered right now. You gotta get mad, bro. You gotta get mad. Look, the chat's blowing up. Keep hitting that like button right now. You gotta get mad. You gotta get strong. You have to realize. Even though it's very still, this is stillness. There's nothing going on in the physical. There's nothing. I get it. But this is the most important month of your life. But why, Uncle Mike? There's nothing going on. Why is it the most important? Because that system has to recalibrate, has to reboot. Okay? And it has to happen energetically before it manifests physically. Lowell writes, this guy's cooking with fire today. Do you feel the Holy Spirit fire? We got the Holy Spirit fire shirt on today. It's blazing. This is our journey. And the more these flashes come in, whatever, and I'm here to, I share things that make you think outside the box. Some people view the sun a certain way. Some people view the sun a different way. But just go like this. Go like this. I go back to the basics. Energy is the ability to cause change. So whether you look at it as a solar flare or a solar flash from a certain energy, okay? Energy is the ability to cause change. It's a basic science. You got to know this. You got to know it like the back of your hand. Doesn't matter your modality. Energy is the ability, that's potential energy. So there will be, because I do get this comment a lot, there he is. Do you guys remember Tom? He's still there. He's still sitting on the couch. Right? We have to be motivated. We have to do the inner work. You know, I share about my wellness journey. My lifestyle, I call it a lifestyle, is intermittent fasting. It's not really a diet, it's a way of life, okay? I will not eat solid food. I have my supplements in the morning, a cup of coffee at the big time, in the rising, okay? I will not eat solid food until after I train. I'm pumping and pounding on there's no food in the system. Years ago, please hear this, okay? I teach with transparency that I changed. I used to say, I got to carb up to go to the gym, bro. I got to carb up. I can't eat food. If anyone hears this and you operate, your operating system, you're operating differently, okay? I recently did a full video on this. I've literally been training for years, health and wellness for years. Competitions won them. The video is going to pop up at the end of this live stream. You watch that video. I'm operating differently. I cannot eat food. If I went back in the time machine, I went 7 years ago, and I talked to the previous version of myself. I says, you're gonna go to the gym in the future, and you're not gonna eat food. I'm gonna look at myself saying this. I'm gonna say, what are you, out of your mind? I got to eat before I train. So again, I'm sharing this because I know there's going to be people out there, okay, that are going to say, because it's not computing in the subconscious, because you had a program. I had a program years ago. You got to eat before you work out. I can't eat. I'm operating differently, and we're all changing. And I eat a lot less food, and I'm stronger, and I'm faster, and I'm younger. You want to reverse age? I got full videos on the channel page. Click subscribe. Go to Ascension Guide 101, how to reset your body for optimal health. It's all here. It's waiting for you. This 2026, as I stated earlier, when you see the solar flares, again, and some people get triggered by me, and that's cool. Okay, I got to keep moving forward. A lot of people go for the low-hanging fruit. Okay, the solar, what is it going to do for me? What is it going to do? Like people have a mindset. It's always the same. I teach mindsets. I'm your consciousness coach. Okay? So if I were training in a gym, I did a full video on this. All right? I do the intermittent fasting. I'm sitting in the sauna. I'm tapping into autophagy. I'm driving home from the gym. Now I'm hungry. And the man in the radio says, well, you don't have to fast or work out or do cardio. You could just take this pill and you could burn some fat. And I said, and I'm driving home, I said, oh my God, all I had to do was buy that bottle for $59.99. I could have took that thing. It's a mindset. A lot of people don't want to do. And what happens is you're a woman. You're a woman that could think for herself. You're a man that could think for themselves. And the low-hanging fruit people, they're going to gaslight you. You have to realize your worth right now. This is what the solar flash is all about. Is so that the kings and the queens, so the sons and daughters of God will rise. What's up? This guy goes 0 to 60. I get very passionate. I got to bring myself down. I told you, I'm doing the best I can. I got a lot of energy going through me. All right. I appreciate if you click the like button. It really does help me out. I appreciate that. This is a one-of-one, Midge. I appreciate everyone that's here. Fit Brit, I got you pumped up. We're going to be pumped up. We're going to be living healthy, wealthy, and wise in 2026. We're going to take ownership of our life. And I'm here to tell you, and again, anything you say, oh, this sounds, you go refer to Dolores Cannon. She is no longer alive. And what she spoke, if it's like it's reading like a book. If anyone is new, I know a lot of people are familiar with her. All right. Respect to you, Brandy. I appreciate that. Respect is the new currency. I'm more concerned with respect than anything else. I hope that message resonates with you. Respect is the new currency. Okay. Galactic Plays Games. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. God bless you, Michael. Thank you for your great teachings. I'm very grateful for that super chat. Galactic Plays Games. And that's actually what we're doing. We are the galactic beings, and we're just playing a game. I love to play games. Do you? I'm actually playing a game. And when you have this now, you have to change this. I had a fight through this as well because you didn't know any better. You were given programs from the TV. You might have had people in your life, in your ear. That's why I've been sharing this. I know there's going to be people in this. You're in your wilderness season. God is going to put you in the wilderness. God's going to take you. He's going to take you away from everyone. Well, why do I have to be away from everyone? Oh, because you got to stop listening to... Get out of here with that chatter. Get out of here with the chatter because it's going to leach into you. And then you're going to live in a world and you're going to say, everyone's out to get me. All these negative things, the world is crashing and burning. And the second you get out there on the beach and the birds are chirping, right? And the birds are flying around, right? And then all of a sudden through frequency, nice people show, oh, look at these nice people. Look, oh, there's my neighbor waving at me. You turn on the TV, all right? You see all this gloom and doom. How about you turn on Our Everyday Lives, 9 a.m. Eastern time, and you could become the greatest version of yourself, yeah? And I'll make you laugh as I teach. I'm still the same. I don't change. I'm still the same, okay? So as we get to the big conclusion today, the next solar flash will not wait if you're ready. It is not going to wait. So go back. I was just talking about Dolores Cannon, and she said the human body cannot handle all of this all at once. So that's why we have flash after flash. We have flare after flare. We have the frequency rise. Remember, 93% of the function of DNA is responsible. So this is DNA activation. Everyone across the world, everyone, just write DNA activation in the comments today. 93% of the function of DNA is responsible for light and sound reception and transmission. So the lights are coming in, right? And some of the lights are, we see invisible light. I get the human eyes, but you don't see these certain things. I know there's very powerful people. Maybe you're watching me on the TV. How you doing? All right. And you could see auras. You could see other lights and sounds. Not everyone could see them. Hang on to your seats. I have information to teach. Don't go anywhere. And you're going to say, wow, now I see the bigger picture. Now this starts to make sense because there are certain things we can't physically see. So how do we know it exists? So I'm here to teach them to you. You're in the frequency. You got the sound waves. You got your frequency waves. You got your lights. You got your sounds. You got your reception is coming into the body. Transmission. You are the solar flash. Everyone's writing, I am the solar flash. Oh, baby, I am the solar flash. Your sensory perception is awakened. This is happening across the board. Okay. Extra sensory perception. Not everyone, and again, you might have certain, like I have certain, we'll call them spiritual senses. I call them clairs. Get your clairs up, bro. All right, I have especially for a man, more, I would say women have spiritual senses heightened. All right, So that's the first example. Mothers distinguish different baby cries to know what's wrong with them. You might just hear the baby crying and it just, oh, it's all right. But the certain mothers know, or the sounds that they know exactly what the baby needs according to the sound that the baby is making. If you're a mother and that resonates with you, write it in the comments. Okay, Noel writes absolutamente. This is the answer. Okay, so you could say certain things. What are some everyday life examples? I'm going to give them to you here on this channel. Tommy, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. Just keep going, Michael. I will, and I'm very grateful, Tommy. Thank you so much for that. Okay, the mothers are blowing up the chat right now. Well, thank you, all the mothers. Okay, we're here for the true mothers of the world. Mothers distinguish different baby cries. Musicians develop an ability to distinguish sound intervals that might seem identical to untrained ears. So there are certain musicians, maybe you're a musician and you're on the chat, you say, yeah, my Uncle Mike, there are musicians in this world, like you hear a sound or you could hear things and it sounds the same to you, but to this trained ear of the musician, he or she is able to pick out certain things that are off or on, and so on and so forth. Okay, the fifth element agrees with that one. All right, so these are the things in life that are going to give us the answers. Your senses, you're being fine-tuned. Your nervous system also recalibrated. Poppy loves you. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member. I'm so grateful for that support. Poppy loves you, and you are all in my heart and prayers. Everyone loves Poppy. Poppy, thank you for being here. Tremendous channel member here. I'm so grateful. And I am very grateful for everyone that became a channel member over the course of the past week. Thank you very much for the support, for the channel, for this work. Keep it going, okay? So when you look at these things, these are there's the base value. All right. There are certain healers or massage that I actually do this myself. Your intuition, right? You know where to rub in the body, right? You could go for an x-ray and you can't see certain things, but you also have emotional blockages. Anyone that is a healer like this, that is able to do this, please leave a comment. Your comments on a channel help give the everyday life evidence to these things. There are certain healers, massage therapists that through their intuition they are able to know, okay, there's the block, and they start digging out the knot and they're moving. You can't get this on an X-ray scan or so on and so forth. Right, so it's not like a solid but you know the densities, what needs to be moved around. Carla, I call them the healing hands of God. Yeah, my buddy Ray, maybe he's still watching. I gotta give him a text. Back in Brooklyn, yeah, he had the healing hands of God. I'm very grateful for healers that are out there. This is it's amazing. The difference that when you're healthy, when you're feeling right, and I've shared all these things. That's why I have the healing modalities that I do. I do them on a daily basis. You could click subscribe, go to the channel page. There's tons of videos that are waiting for you. When you feel good, it's not about how you look. It's about how you feel. It's actually a tremendous YouTube short. I have some YouTube shorts on this channel. If you want them to continue, appreciate if you go check them out. But most of my short form content is on our world famous Facebook account. So you could head over to Facebook. Okay, you give a follow over there, a family button. I call it the family button, not the follow button, because we don't follow anyone. We're not following anyone. No. We are the kings, we are the queens, we are the sons and daughters of God. These are the days of the great solar flash. This is the days that we rejoice. So this is how this is all connected. I take a lot of the world, and you ever see the meme? The guy is like, he's got all like the lines behind him, and he looks like this. That's me. That's me. I am that meme. Do you know the meme I'm talking about? He's got all the lines, and he's got the board. He's, oh, look at the connections here. You ever see that meme? That's me. That's me. That's me. You love that, Rose? So there's a lot of connections, and this is what God, appointed me to do. One day we're teaching 6th grade science, and the next day we're leading the army to the 5th dimension. It's really wild. Dimensions are not places; they're mindsets or frequencies. A tangible way of really you got to focus on your nervous system. I was, science teacher for so many years, and I have a rational mind, so I like to make a connection. We all know about our nervous system, but we really weren't taught in school about our nervous system, and that is a frequency, and that's how you're able to pick up on other things in the room. And you have to really, before I get off the air, in the past, if an animal was chasing you down, your nervous system, and then you get the adrenaline stuff. But people are doing this because they can't pay their bills, because their boss, because they're in a narcissistic relationship. So, and then your nervous system is just shot, and then you become numb to these things. So what I'm here to do is help you not be numb. Really feel. You're going to have to feel your way through. You're going to have to get your clairs up. You're going to have to get your intuition up. And this is how we survive the great solar flash. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Fit Brit writes, "Don't settle, never settle." And that's just constantly. I keep going. I've never settled for anything in life. It's a big way of life. It's a total different change until it feels right. It's specific to you. The location. You're gonna feel nice and calm. The girl, right? I'm gonna select her as my girlfriend, or I feel comfortable and safe. My nervous system. This could be my boyfriend, a relationship. It's gonna be specific to you and your nervous system. This is the job. I feel safe in a workplace. Okay, maybe I'm not making so much money over here. I might be making less money, but I feel better. I have more free time. Okay, so these are the things. Everyone puts a numerical value on things. We are in the quantum now. It's the quantum. Yeah. Remember, there's certain things that we're taught that are quote unquote good or bad. In your life, you might put a label on something. This was a good thing or a bad thing, but in the future, you're going to turn around and what was you say, wow, this was the greatest. If this did not happen, all these other things, the quantum events afterwards, never would have happened. So this is a very powerful podcast today. I appreciate everyone that came on the live stream, and I'm grateful for the community support. The like, comment, share is really helping at this time. So if it moves you, if this video moves you, take a moment to click the like button, click subscribe if you haven't. It really helps, and you'll get a notification. Daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time. You could even set an alarm. You could entitle it Our Everyday Lives. Take the Our Everyday Lives challenge and show up every day for 3 months and see where you are. You might be on a brand new timeline. You say, oh my God. And that's why, again, it's in our life, we have to have consistency. Like some people think they're going to go on a retreat. I'm just telling the truth right here. That's why they're always doing the same thing. It has to be a lifestyle. It has to be daily. It has to be now. It doesn't have to be all day long daily. I have certain things. It's certain things that I do. It's just part of my day. Okay, you're going to click subscribe. You're going to get it right this year. This is why people they go on the retreat and then they're just waiting for the next one and nothing's ever happening. It's got to be daily. Okay, Noel writes absolutamente. We're going to have absolutamente on the channel now. I appreciate that comment. This is just the answer. I'm your consciousness coach. We're going to keep you focused. We're going to keep you motivated, right? It's time, baby. It's time. So I love you all. And check out the videos that pop up at the end. Watch yesterday's video. It was fire. I love you guys. Bye for now.